What happens when trust becomes a weapon? When the man you bled with, the man you built an empire with, becomes the architect of your destruction? Tonight we witness something that will echo through WWE history forever. Seth Rollins didn't just confront Roman Reigns backstage. He walked into the lion's den knowing full well he might not walk out the same man. And what the vision did. Brothers and sisters, what the vision did will haunt your nightmares. Before we go any further, I need you to do something for me. Not for me, actually. For yourself. Because what you're about to witness, what we're about to break down together, this is the kind of content that defines wrestling in 2025. Hit that subscribe button right now. Smash that notification bell. Because Slamzone is your home for the real stories, the blood, the betrayal, the moments that make you question everything you thought you knew about loyalty in this business. Drop a comment below telling me how you felt when you saw this go down live. Were you angry? Were you broken? Because I was both. This family we're building here, we don't just watch wrestling. We feel it. We live it. And tonight, we're going to dissect every single second of the moment that changed everything. Let me paint you a picture. Raw is 3 hours into absolute chaos. The crowd is electric, they've been on their feet all night, and then it happens. The lights drop. That familiar sound. The Shield's music? No. Something darker. Something twisted. The Vision's entrance music hits and the arena loses its mind. But there's something different in the air tonight. You can feel it. That tension that crawls up your spine when you know something terrible is about to unfold. The Vision walks down that ramp with purpose. Not the cocky swagger we're used to seeing. This is calculated. This is a man on a mission. He's got that look in his eyes, that 1,000-yard stare that tells you he's already made a decision that can't be undone. The commentators are trying to make sense of it. Michael Cole is shouting something about earlier in the night. Corey Graves is speculating about Seth Rollins. But nobody, and I mean nobody, is prepared for what's coming. Seth Rollins is in the ring. He's cutting a promo about trust, about brotherhood, about how the Shield was supposed to be forever. His voice is cracking. You can hear the emotion. This isn't scripted emotion, folks. This is real pain. Real betrayal. Seth is talking about how Roman Reigns turned his back on everything they built, how the tribal chief forgot where he came from, forgot the man who put him on that throne. The crowd is hanging on every word. Some are chanting for Seth. Some are chanting for Roman. It's divided. It's passionate. It's wrestling at its absolute finest. And then the Vision slides into the ring. The two men stand face to face. The Vision is supposed to be Seth's ally, remember? Just 3 weeks ago on SmackDown, they shook hands. They made a pact. They said they would take down the bloodline together. They said Roman Reigns' reign of terror would end. The crowd remembers. They're chanting "This is awesome" because they think they're about to witness the formation of something special. An alliance that could finally dethrone the head of the table. Seth extends his hand. He's smiling. That classic Seth Rollins smile that says, "We got this, brother." The Vision looks at that hand for what feels like an eternity. 10 seconds. 15 seconds. The crowd is buzzing. The tension is suffocating. You could hear a pin drop in that arena despite 15,000 people holding their collective breath. The Vision reaches out. Their hands connect. The crowd erupts. And then everything goes to hell. The Vision pulls Seth in close. For a split second, it looks like an embrace. Like brothers about to go to war. But the Vision's other hand, his free hand, it's reaching into his pocket. Seth doesn't see it. The referee doesn't see it. But the hard camera catches it. And if you were watching live like I was, your heart stopped. Because you knew. You just knew something was wrong. Brass knuckles. The Vision pulls out brass knuckles and in one fluid motion, one devastating motion that will be replayed 10,000 times across social media tonight, he drives those knuckles straight into Seth Rollins' temple. The sound echoes through the arena. It's sickening. It's brutal. Seth's legs give out immediately. He crumples like a building in a controlled demolition. Just collapses. The Vision doesn't stop. He mounts Seth and starts raining down punches. Closed fists with those brass knuckles still gleaming under the arena lights. Blood. Immediately there's blood. Seth's forehead is opened up and it's gushing. The crowd is in shock. People are screaming. Kids are crying. This isn't entertainment anymore. This feels real. This feels dangerous. Security rushes the ring but the Vision is possessed. He throws officials off like they're nothing. He grabs Seth by the hair, drags him to the corner, and just keeps punching. The camera zooms in on Seth's face and his eyes are glazed over. He's not defending himself anymore. He's just taking punishment. The Vision finally stops, stands up, and that's when we see it. That's when the arena, the viewing audience, everyone watching sees the person standing at the top of the ramp. Roman Reigns. The tribal chief. The head of the table. And he's smiling. Not just smiling. He's laughing. He's got that arrogant smirk that makes your blood boil. Paul Heyman is beside him, hands clasped, nodding approval like this was the plan all along. The Vision rolls out of the ring, walks up that ramp, and stands beside Roman. They shake hands. The Wiseman raises both their arms. And just like that, the picture becomes crystal clear. This wasn't a betrayal in the heat of the moment. This was orchestrated. This was planned. Roman Reigns pulled the strings and the Vision danced like a puppet. Medical staff surrounds Seth in the ring. They're checking his vitals. The stretcher comes out. And you know what? Seth waves them off. This man, this warrior, waves off the medical team and somehow finds the strength to get to his feet. The crowd gives him a standing ovation. He's stumbling. He's bleeding profusely. But he grabs a microphone that a stagehand tries to hand him and he throws it down. He doesn't want to talk. He points at Roman. He points at the Vision. And he makes a gesture across his throat. It's on. Whatever just happened, wherever this is going, Seth Rollins just declared war. Listen, if you're feeling what I'm feeling right now, if your heart is racing like mine was watching this unfold, do me a favor. Hit that like button. Subscribe to Slamzone. Because we're just getting started with this story and you're going to want to be here for every twist, every turn, every moment of revenge that's coming. Comment below and tell me, did you see this coming? Did anyone see the Vision turning? Because I'll be honest with you, I didn't. I thought we were finally getting the alliance that would take down Roman. Instead, we got another soldier in the Bloodline's army. Now here's where it gets even more intense. The show cuts to commercial. When we come back, there's chaos backstage. Cameras are rushing through the corridors. Production staff are scrambling. And word gets out that Seth Rollins is looking for Roman Reigns. He's not going to medical. He's not getting checked out. He's hunting. You can hear him off camera shouting Roman's name. Equipment is getting knocked over. People are getting out of his way because nobody wants to be between Seth Rollins and his target right now. The camera finally catches up to Seth as he kicks open a locker room door. Wrong room. He's leaving a trail of blood with every step. His face is a crimson mask. Adam Pearce, the Raw general manager, tries to stop him. He's pleading with Seth to go get medical attention, threatening to suspend him, threatening to fine him. Seth shoves him aside. Not violently, but with enough force to make it clear that nothing and nobody is going to stop him from getting to Roman tonight. Then we hear it. That laugh again. Roman's laugh echoing through the backstage area. It's coming from his private locker room, the one with Tribal Chief on the door. Seth follows that sound like a bloodhound. He's limping now. You can tell his equilibrium is off from that brass knuckle shot. But rage is a powerful anesthetic. He reaches that door and doesn't knock. Doesn't announce himself. Just kicks it open with everything he has left. The camera rushes in behind him and what we see is Roman Reigns sitting comfortably on a leather couch. Paul Heyman is standing guard. The Vision is there too, leaning against the wall, still wearing those brass knuckles like a trophy. And Solo Sikoa, Jimmy USO, they're flanking Roman like the soldiers they are. Seth walks into a room full of killers and he doesn't care. He's outnumbered 5-1 and the look on his face says bring it. Roman stands up slowly, deliberately. He adjusts his championship belt on his shoulder and walks toward Seth. They're face to face now. Roman is fresh, clean, confident. Seth is battered, bloody, barely standing. And Roman speaks. His voice is low but clear. He says, "You thought you could come for my throne? You thought you could challenge the tribal chief with some makeshift alliance? Seth, you were my brother once. But you forgot your place. You forgot who runs this company. Who runs this industry. So I did what I had to do. I took your hope. I bought your ally. And now you got nothing." Seth's breathing is heavy. Blood is dripping from his chin onto the floor. The silence is deafening. And then Seth does something nobody expects. He laughs. It's a broken, painful laugh, but it's defiant. He looks Roman dead in the eyes and says, "You think this is over? You think buying one man makes you untouchable? Roman, you didn't break me. You just reminded me who I am. I'm not the architect anymore. I'm not the Monday Night Messiah. I'm the man who's going to burn your empire to the ground. And I don't care if it takes me a year. I don't care if it costs me everything. I'm coming for you. For all of you." The bloodline moves forward. This is it. 5-on-1. They're going to destroy what's left of Seth Rollins right here in this locker room. But before the first punch is thrown, security floods in. Not the regular security. This is legitimate security with earpieces and tactical gear. Adam Pearce is with them and he's screaming at everyone to stand down. He tells Roman that if anyone lays a hand on Seth, the entire bloodline is suspended indefinitely. Roman weighs his options. You can see the calculation in his eyes. He nods to his family and they back off. But the Vision? The Vision steps forward anyway. He gets right in Seth's face and whispers something we can't hear. Whatever it is, Seth's expression changes. It's not anger anymore. It's something colder. Something more dangerous. Seth is escorted out by security and medical staff. He finally allows them to start treating him as they walk him toward the trainer's room. The camera stays on Roman, who's now pacing his locker room. Paul Heyman is talking strategy. The Vision is asking when they can finish the job. And Roman is smiling again because in his mind, he's already won. He eliminated another threat. He added another weapon to his arsenal. The tribal chief's reign continues. But here's what Roman doesn't understand. Here's what the bloodline is underestimating. Seth Rollins has been counted out before. He's been betrayed before. He rebuilt the Shield after it fell apart the first time. He survived attempted murder by Edge and Rey Mysterio's family. He came back from a knee injury that should have ended his career. This man doesn't quit. He doesn't break. And now he's got nothing left to lose. That makes him the most dangerous man in WWE. The episode ends with a split screen. On one side, Roman holding court with the bloodline, celebrating their latest conquest. On the other side, Seth sitting in the trainer's room, getting 30 stitches in his forehead, and staring at his reflection in a mirror. The look in his eyes tells you everything you need to know. This war has just begun. Before we wrap this up, I want to say something to everyone watching. If this breakdown gave you goosebumps, if you felt every moment of that confrontation, then you understand why Slamzone exists. This is our community. Our family. Hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. Smash that like button to let me know you're as invested in this story as I am. Share this video with your wrestling friends because they need to understand the magnitude of what happened tonight. And drop a comment telling me where you think this goes next. Does Seth go it alone? Does he find new allies? Does someone from his past return to even the odds? I want to hear your theories, your predictions, your emotions. This betrayal by the Vision wasn't just shocking, it was personal. It was calculated. And it set up what could be the most explosive rivalry of the year. Seth Rollins versus Roman Reigns. Again. But this time it's different. This time there's no Shield reunion possibility. This time there's no brotherhood to fall back on. This is pure hatred. This is revenge. This is two men who know each other better than anyone, who trained together, who bled together, now determined to destroy each other. The road to the next premium live event just got a whole lot more interesting. And you better believe Slamzone will be here breaking down every promo, every attack, every twist in this saga. Because that's what we do. We don't just recap wrestling. We live it with you. We analyze it. We feel every emotion right alongside you. What we witnessed tonight was more than a betrayal. It was a statement. Roman Reigns isn't just collecting championships. He's collecting souls. He's turning everyone who could challenge him into either soldiers in his army or broken bodies in his wake. Seth Rollins refused to join. So Roman made an example of him. But here's the thing about examples. Sometimes they inspire rebellion instead of fear. Sometimes they create a martyr instead of a warning. And Seth Rollins as a martyr? That's a dangerous game for Roman to play. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being part of this family. Until next time, this is Slamzone, reminding you that in wrestling, nothing is ever truly over. The best is yet to come.